Welcome back to Customer Tech Talks. I'm Ben Walters, and this is where you will hear real stories from real customers with real learnings. We're joined by Furniture Mart USA, who has a great story about their move to Azure. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Aral Joni, and I am the Chief Technology Officer of Furniture Mart USA in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Furniture Mart USA is a top 40 furniture company spanning across 6 states with just under 50 locations. We are a family-owned company with 3 generations still active today. Over the last 40 years, our company has evolved into being a prominent player in our market. Specifically in the last 5 years, we have gone through a technology revolution. We noticed that due to customer demand and expectations, we were failing, especially our digital customer. In today's age, that can be a fatal mistake for any business, especially in retail. Due to customer demand and speed to market, we did not have the time to rely and assemble subject matter experts in all technology stack. While comparing different cloud solutions, we realized that Microsoft Azure had the most encompassing tools that allowed us to deliver our services and product to our customers in the best and most efficient way.
So I'm joined by Aral Joni, Chief Technology Officer for Furniture Mart USA. Aral, great to have you with us.
Hey, Ben, good to be here.
So Furniture Mart USA has been on this cloud journey for a few years now, but let's go back to the start and talk about what drove the decision to move to the cloud.
Sure. Well, furniture by and large is rather a traditional business model. After all, people want to test drive their furniture before purchasing it. However, like many other industries, there is a digital disruption and a natural evolution based on customer demand. Our data tells us that roughly 87% of our customers visit our digital showroom before stepping foot into any of our stores. So we needed to capitalize on that opportunity quickly and didn't really have the time to assemble a team of subject matter experts to support our efforts. So while our sales and marketing team charged ahead, we relied on Microsoft Azure to be the backbone of our technology stack.
Right, and when we spoke earlier, you mentioned that the first application you looked to improve was your website, an e-commerce solution. Can you give us a couple of details of how you approached that and how that's helped your business?
Yeah, like I said earlier, our organization saw the opportunity to capitalize on the swing of customer behavior and its increased comfort to shop online. Therefore, I was brought in to take our e-commerce solution from a digital PDF flyer to a sophisticated, scalable solution. As an organization, we don't believe on building our house on a rented land, so to speak. So we stayed away from your cookie cutter websites that you see everywhere. And instead, we deployed a highly customized .NET Core solution, which happens to be all inside of Azure.
Right, and I can imagine, given the current situation, there's probably a lot of people out there who are, looking at their furniture at home and thinking to themselves, geez, I could do with a new couch or a new place to work. How has the ability to be able to scale that environment helped you and kept you going during COVID and during the current pandemic?
Sure. As many others would agree, COVID exposed a lot of potential for many companies. With 90% of our brick and mortar stores closing due to the pandemic, our online demand increased overnight by 100x. We needed to not only ensure uptime, but we also needed to maintain a high performance for customer experience. So while we scrambled to migrate to the cloud, some other areas of our business who were on-prem at the time, our e-commerce solution scaled up and out automatically per traffic demand. It's kind of crazy to think that our biggest profit center during COVID required no extra effort. And it's the only way that we were able to achieve that was based on the steps that we had done leading up to that difficult time.
Right, and that's great to hear that you were supported throughout that time as well, with very little input from your own side to keep that business running. Now, your journey is still in progress. In fact, you're currently running a hybrid environment. Can you talk a little bit about that experience and what's driven the decision to keep some of your services and servers on premises today?
Yeah, our journey is obviously still a work in progress. We have not arrived at our destination, so to speak. Whenever we have a new internal initiative, the first question that we ask is, can it be done in the cloud? Then we ask the question, should it be done in the cloud? For our organization to be aligned and comfortable, we have taken the hybrid approach. We have some specific confidential ERP-related data that we have chosen to keep on-prem. But as time goes on, and as we get a cloud-first, wider adoption mentality, we will continue to reevaluate our decision, both from a security perspective, but also from a financial perspective as well.
Really great learnings and great advice too for others who are looking to take a similar approach. And with that in mind, over this time, what are some of the learnings and some of the things you've picked up along the way that you'd share with others who are looking to take that leap into the cloud or who are in that process, and things you've learned along the way?
Well, for us, Microsoft Azure has proven to be more effective than we anticipated. We have been able to do so much with so few people. Actually, in comparison to our industry peers, we have a rather lean in-house resource model. However, due to the excitement to move fast, we have tripped up and made some assumptions that have led us to more technical work on our side. A specific example comes to mind is the deployment of a VPN client in Azure to continue to connect to our on-prem environment. Being that we work with a well-known firewall brand, we assumed a seamless integration with Azure, only to find out about halfway through the project that Azure does not support the connectivity to our vendor. So we had to step back and rely on the support teams to get us across the line. So if there were to be any advice to anybody out there, I would say make sure that you do the due diligence ahead of time before you actually move to actionable items with integration.
Right, and I know that going into those situations where things aren't working the way you expect, a lot of people tend to head off into the internet armed with a browser and a couple of search terms to try and solve the problem. But you found that being able to reach out to Azure support specifically really helped you through that process and helped ensure you keep your business running.
Yes, generally speaking, whenever we have had to deal with support for any technical problems, historically we braced for a bumpy ride. To our surprise, Azure support stepped up in a big way and took the lead into figuring out the challenge directly with our vendor. Once they communicated and they aligned, they had us follow some step-by-step instructions that made everything work seamlessly. So we were very impressed and actually thankful for Azure support to take a, do I dare say, unconventional lead for a support team to put us through this integration.
Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us, Aral. It's great to have you with us. And of course, if you want to be able to hear about all the technology and learn about the things we've discussed here today, you can check the links below, or you can go to microsoft.com/learn to get more information. And also be sure to check back throughout the event for more customer tech talks.